perceiving a basis, is infinitesimal and even different, as concerns merit, when attempts are made to compare any such merit with anything whatsoever which may or even may not be begotten by someone belonging to the vehicle of bodhisattvas, and who, as taken hold of by perfection of wisdom and by skill in means, affects this or any wholesome root so as to indicate to such its turning over into full enlightenment by means of this turning over of the Dharma element. For although the basis perceiving bodhisattvas give a good many gifts, these also reckon these gifts up as good and many. Now upon this 20,000 gods of the four great kings, with folded hands paid to Lord, and said, this transformation into all knowledge of wholesome roots by any having been taken hold of by perfection of wisdom and by skill in means, is a great transformation of bodhisattvas, for it surpasses any and all accumulation of merit, derived from giving, of any bodhisattvas basing such giving on something, however great it may be. So now, again upon this 100,000 gods of the 33 rain down on Lord heavenly flowers, incense, perfumes, wreaths, ointments, aromatic powders, jewels and garments. These worship the Lord with heavenly parasols, banners, bells, flags, and with rows of lamps all around, and with manifold kinds of worship. Playing on heavenly musical instruments, in honor of the Lord, these now say, this transformation of Dharma element is surely a great transformation of any bodhisattva, as it is indeed, and view different than any and all heaps of accumulated merit resulting from gifts of bodhisattvas having a basis in anything whatsoever, for this great transformation is taken hold of by perfection of wisdom and skill in means. All the other classes of gods appear on this scene, worshipping Lord, and now raise their voices saying, it is wonderful, O Lord, to any such extent as this transformation of a wholesome root by these bodhisattvas which, being taken hold of by perfection of wisdom and by skill in means, is different or other than any heap of merit of bodhisattvas having a basis in something, even though it has accumulated for such a long time, and is procured by such manifold exertions. Now the Lord speaks to these gods, from the gods belonging to the pure abode downwards, let us leave the case of the accumulation of merit of all beings in countless world systems who are definitely set out for full enlightenment, and any giving gifts for the sake of gaining full enlightenment. Let us also in the same manner, consider the case of all beings in countless world systems which, having made a vow to gain full enlightenment, and having raised thoughts to enlightenment, give gifts on the extensive scale described before. In this other hand we consider a bodhisattva, taken hold of by perfection of wisdom and by skill in means, who takes hold of the wholesome roots of all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka-Buddhas and disciples, and of all other beings also the wholesome roots which have been planted, will be planted, and are being planted, and who rejoices over these all in the way described above. Then infinitesimal and different is any accumulation of merit on the part of the former Bodhisattvas who give gifts while perceiving a basis, just because of this perceiving of any basis. Subhuti, the Lord describes the jubilation over the wholesome roots of all beings as a most excellent jubilation. For what reason is this jubilation a most excellent one? The Lord, if any person belonging to the vehicle of bodhisattvas does not seize on this past, this future and present dharmas, does not mind these, does not get at these, does not construct, nor discriminate these, does not see nor review these, if one considers these with this conviction all dharmas are fabricated by thought construction, unborn, not come forth, not come, not gone, and this, no dharma is ever produced or stopped in this past, this future or present if one considers any dharmas in such a way, herein one's jubilation is in accordance with the true nature of such dharmas, and so is one's transformation of any merit into full enlightenment. This is the first reason why the jubilation of the Bodhisattva is a most excellent one. The meritorious work founded on giving on the part of Bodhisattvas who perceive a basis, who have a basis in view, is infinitesimal and quite different when compared with the transformation of the wholesome root by any Bodhisattvas. Moreover, Subhuti, someone who belongs to the vehicle of the Bodhisattvas, wanting to rejoice in the wholesome roots of all Buddhas and Lords, rejoices in such a way, as emancipation is unoriginated, since the obstacles from defilements and from the recognizable have ceased, so the gift, so the morality, etc., so the jubilation, so the meritorious work founded on jubilation, as emancipation, so transformation, so Buddhas and Lords, Pratyeka-Buddhas and disciples who have entered parinirvana. As emancipation, so transformation, so are any dharmas which are seen as past or stopped, and likewise the dharmas which are seen as future, or not yet produced, and the dharmas which are seen as present or proceeding just now, as emancipation so all seen as past, future and present Buddhas and Lords. Thus I rejoice with the most excellent jubilation in the true nature of any dharmas, which are unbound, unfreed, unattached. So now I turn this meritorious work founded on jubilation over into full enlightenment, but really no turning over takes place, as nothing is passed on, nothing destroyed. This is the second reason why the jubilation of the Bodhisattva is a most excellent one. But to return to the question of merit. Let us now consider this case here, as all these beings in countless world systems are definitely set out for full enlightenment, and so, in order to advance to full enlightenment, these, for countless eons, undertake the obligation of observing morality, i.e., good conduct of body, speech, and mind, but while perceiving a basis. Nevertheless, their accumulation of merit is infinitesimal compared with this of a bodhisattva's limitless equanimity derived from jubilation, merely due to the simple fact in which these beings in countless world systems perceive a basis. And the same is true, if all these beings for countless eons practice patience, although these were ever so much abused, struck and reviled, or if these practice vigour, and under no circumstances would be cast down, or conquered by sloth and torpor, or finally, if these enter the trances. As long as any such as these carry out such practices while perceiving a basis, any merit is infinitesimal compared with this of any bodhisattva who rejoices over the wholesome roots of all beings with the most excellent yet equanimous jubilation, and transforms this wholesome root into supreme enlightenment. End chapter 6.